second lesson at Jack and Jill Rama. Today's concepts we were talking about connection and fluidity within our own frame as the main piece, and then quite little technique points as we went along the way. So the first thing that we did was we tried to bring back in the arm a bit, because we were living out here and we were already at the end of our rope, and since we're at the end of our rope, we were subject to anything and everything the leader did. So instead, we took our back muscles, took our shoulder blades, tried to split them down and sideways, so that we more so create this like little V through our back. And the whole point of that is to try to get the serratus going for the outward inclination of our frame, and trying to use our lats still to stand up. So we have our whole back engaged as we're trying to connect with a heavy focus on these serratus muscles to keep everything in place. Now that we had our new frame, we played around with it for a little bit, and then we really focused on trying to make sure that we were connecting our feet and our frame in the same spot. So we didn't want any of this to happen in the frame where the body was going, but the frame was not going with it, leading to this, and then a lack of communication with our partner. Instead, we're making sure that 5 and 6, the whole frame, comes for the journey. We also made sure about that in the second hand. So when we're going back 5 and 6 and we're styling, whatever we're doing, that we bring this entire thing along for the journey, and we don't allow anything like this to happen. Outside of that, we briefly talked about spinning. So in spinning, I'm trying to make sure that my top half lifts to the sky, my bottom half pushes into the ground. Heavy focus on feet, making sure that we have pressure into the ground as we come through and spin, so that we have ankle strength and stability as we go through space. Ankle strength is very important for spinning. It's how you can keep yourself going in a straight line without veering off. If I sickle my feet, I will have to veer off. And it's how you keep everything in one line. Next note for spinning, we made sure that when we had our frame and it went up, we didn't scrunch in our frame. Instead, we took the frame that we already had and we raised it straight up. So now when we came through for a spinning side pass or anything of that nature, one, we kept the entire frame as opposed to one. Last bit on spinning, spotting, personal preference. If I'm going down line, I like to look where I'm going. If my leader is doing a lot of crazy stuff, I like to spot my leader. So if my leader has like their hands on my waist, they're doing a bunch of stuff here, and as bottom rocket goes, I will spot my leader wherever they are to see what's going on. If I'm just going down line, I will look down line. I think that's it. Oh,
We talked
compression. Thinking about, you also talk about compression, so we talk about compression in the sense of less of me trying to push against something and more of me trying to absorb impact. And this helped to alleviate a whole lot of the that would happen in compression moments. So instead of me trying to push with my biceps and triceps into something, I'm trying to absorb through my back muscles. So when I go into a sugar tuck, I don't push against my leader. I absorb in the back and come out the other side.
And then I think we talked a little bit about like head and butt in the wrap.
So a full step in the dance world needs to have all of your weight over it. The easy way to mention that is honestly foot, butt, head equals a full step. When we were talking about it in the context of the wrap, what was happening was that we were taking the step way out here and then shifting the hips to actually meet the connection. Instead, take a smaller step. Remember when you're being unwrapped. You're being unwrapped on the spot, not out here. And then put foot, butt, and head, and you will have all the connection that you need. Still focal point of the serratus muscle to make sure that you're over one spot. So when you finish your wrap and you're connected, it's all in one place, and it's not like this.